Defensive wrestling versus smart wrestling. Defensive wrestling is when you get a front headlock and you hold on to it and you try not to score. You're just trying to wear down the clock. Defensive wrestling is when you grab a collar tie and an underhook and you squeeze and you don't do anything. Defensive wrestling is when you back up and you retreat and you give ground. Defensive wrestling is when you dive to a leg and lock your hands and don't do anything. Defensive wrestling is when you're on top and you just tight waist with your knee in the butt and don't do anything. Or when you're on bottom, you just base out or you lay on your stomach and you don't do anything. That's defensive wrestling, right? We call it stalling. Smart wrestling is like what Kyle Snyder does, right? What Jordan Burroughs does, what the elite college wrestlers do. They wrestle smart, they hold position, just like a great quarterback, right? A great quarterback is smart, the ones you see on TV, right? A defensive wrestler doesn't win matches. And a smart wrestler wrestles very aggressive but when it's time to score. So they're going to not necessarily wait. They might wait, but they also are going to create opportunities. I'm trying to create an opportunity. My opponent didn't fall for it. My opponent circled out. Okay, I'm going something else, right? So, yeah. A smart wrestler should always be looking to score, but yet, like a great quarterback, we don't pull the trigger until it's time, right? Now, obviously, the attack rate of a smart wrestler will improve as their skills improve. So, a smart quarterback who is a varsity high school quarterback who is very good will be smart, and when it's time to release the ball, they do it. But they may need this much of an opening and that much time before they can release the ball. The elite college quarterback only needs that much opening and that much time to release the ball. They're both smart, but one can make passes that the other one cannot. Their attack rate is higher. The elite quarterback in the NFL only needs this much space and this much time. So that's the reason he's playing on TV, right? So he will be able to throw the ball at times when the other two levels of elite quarterback cannot, because his skill level has risen so high. A wrestler will do that too. So by wrestling smart and always looking to score, your kids will always be on track to have a high percentage match and start to become elite on the wrestling mat. Then, through your expert coaching and classroom management skills and ability to put the workers to work and their ability to use all their workout partners. On the easy partner, I force stuff, I try stuff. On the even partner, I keep track. My goal is to beat this even partner within a month. I can only beat him by 1 point now. My goal is to beat him by 6 or 7 points 4 weeks from now. I keep track of this stuff. Then the kids in the room who I can't beat, I get pinned by certain kids. My goal is to only lose to them by 5 or 6 points, 2 months from now. So you always have these different levels of kids that you're working to wrestle against in practice and measuring yourself against. But if you use your workout partners wisely, and when you have an easier wrestling match, sure, you might open up and try stuff a little bit, all right? Because sometimes our attack rate is limited because we're afraid, because we don't know how to pull the trigger. Sometimes our attack rate is lower, not because of skill, because we hit it in practice, but we don't hit it in a match. It's just because we're not psyched up enough for wrestling, right? When you're mentally pumped up for the match, you generally don't think so much, you just go. But as a general rule, I have found that the level of the attack rate, and you could say level of aggressiveness of an athlete, does improve just naturally. Why? Because they're always looking to score. If you're always looking to score and you're able to, you're going to keep doing it. Well, I was always looking to score, but I was not able to, but I kept wrestling, and then when I was able to, I scored. Well, I get more able as my skill level rises. So encourage your wrestlers to wrestle smart and always look to score points. that will put them right in the wheelhouse of competitive, high-level, high-percentage wrestling that leads to confidence and growth and longevity in the sport and excitement about showing up to practice every day. But some people seem to be very confused about the difference between defensive wrestling and smart wrestling. Now you know. Good luck to everyone out there.